You're listening to Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick in association with Wexford Insurances. Challenge us at Wexford Insurances 0818 31 30 30.
I'm now joined by Teri Morris from YouSteps.com. Teri, you might start by telling me a bit about your own background, please.
Okay, I'm originally from the United States. I met my husband in San Francisco and moved here in 1989. I spent 14 years in computers working for IBM, 5 years in the US and 9 years here. And after my fourth child was born, we moved to Wexford. In 2000, my husband and myself started working on our own company, and we did that for about 5 years. At the end of that, we felt we weren't getting enough out of the work that we actually put in. So I decided to go back into computers, and I spent 3 years with a company called ACS. When my job was outsourced to Mexico, I then decided to work on my own project again, and that was the start of YouSteps. So within a month, I got two others on board, Vivian Bradley, who is a good friend of mine, and Marcus Gagan, which is a colleague of mine who I worked with during my time at IBM. And I've known them both for over 20 years.
And where did the idea for YouSteps come from?
I've always been interested in health. There's a big problem with chronic illness in the United States and the Western world, and much of this is linked to obesity. And I had problems with my weight when I was younger. I felt that between my work experience in computers, business, and also my personal experience with weight and health, that I could offer something new that would help people. I thought there was a need in the market to have something online to help people become healthier and also to help them manage their weight. This is something that's very difficult. The number of people who've previously had weight problems and who've been able to turn this around is really small, but it is possible. What the research has shown and what experts recommend is that if you want to be healthier or to have a healthier weight, you need to have a healthier lifestyle. And this means something needs to change. So we looked at the research, what the research was saying about behavior change. And there's a professor in Stanford University who studied this for 20 years. His name is B.J. Fogg. He says that there's 3 ways to successfully get behavior change. 1 is an epiphany. 2 is to change the environment. And 3 is to take small steps. So in the business world, if you're going to sort an ongoing problem, you develop a process, and this is what we've done with YouSteps. But it's a lot more fun than that. It allows you to take baby steps.
Explain to me what YouSteps is.
Okay, YouSteps is an online site where you can find your path to better health and take steps to get there. It's a DIY site, and it's about the steps that you take. You need to own your own health and decide what's best for you. It's not meant to replace professional advice. In fact, you can use it with professionals to manage your health and to get to a healthier place. We've spoken to many professionals, and one of the problems that they say they have is that after the clients finish their health program, be it fitness or nutrition or whatever, the clients stop and they lose much of the benefit that they picked up while they were doing the course or while they were doing the program. So with YouSteps, it's a process. It's about managing your health and taking little steps to improve your lifestyle so that after a period of time, you'll be healthier. You'll be in a healthier place. As simple as this idea is, it can have a significant impact in helping you make real changes in your life.
So explain to me how the website works.
Okay, we have a color-coded lifestyle map, which allows you to think about your lifestyle, how it is, and to make an initial assessment of where you're at. Once you do this, you're provided with suggested plans, and a plan is just something that you do over and over again for 21 days to create a new habit. And what you do is you do what you say you're going to do for those 21 days, and at the end of the plan, you're given a result and asked, do you want to do this again? If not, you're asked, does this still describe you? So that's the lifestyle map. And if not, you can change it. If it does describe you, you can start another plan. So at any time, you can start another plan.
Give me some examples of some of the plans that the site offers.
Okay, one of the examples would just be to turn off the TV or to limit the amount of TV time that you get. And for a lot of people, they may think, oh, well, sure, because you're not getting exercise. But if you look into the research of this, what the research says is that this is more because of how much you consume while you're watching TV. You're more likely to consume several hundred more calories if you watch TV both while you're watching the TV and also afterwards because of all the advertising. So just from a numbers perspective, if you're consuming several hundred more calories, if you were to try to burn those things off, someone who is, 10 or 11 stone in weight, they would only, if they were walking briskly, they would only be burning off about 136 calories. So you're actually consuming more. So one of the things is just to kind of keep track of how much TV that you're watching. One of the features on the site, which I think is really cool, is called Invite a Buddy. And we think this will go a long way to help people stay on track. So if you're doing a plan, maybe it's a plan that's, something like keeping mentally positive or something, you can invite a buddy or invite several buddies. And then you can keep each other on track and see how you're doing.
Teri, I know that the site has been developed around the concept of BJ Fogg's theory on it taking 21 days to develop a new habit. Explain to me what somebody would experience on the site over the course of the 21 days if they signed up.
Okay, maybe if I give an example, I'll just take someone who I know who could benefit from the site. Actually, there's loads of people who could actually benefit just to improve their lifestyle. But just as an example, say this person went and signed up. They would sign up as you do normally any other site. At the moment, it's sign up by email address. And when you get on, you're asked a series of questions. We have an onboarding process. And what happens is you're asked to make an assessment of your lifestyle. So you're asked to have a look at how your lifestyle is at the moment. So you're asked questions, not questions, but you're asked to what best describes you in these 5 different areas, the ones that I talked about in the beginning. So you make a self-assessment of where you're at. When you're done, it will come up with a list of suggested plans. Now, for this person that I'm thinking of, if they would have signed up, one of the things that the things that they know that they need to improve is to stop having so much sugar. So we don't actually have that as a plan on there. We might have something like, eat less processed foods or something like that. But again, the idea behind YouSteps is that you want to make it personal to you. You have to take steps that make sense to you so that you can be successful. And for some people, big steps are, what is a step is going to vary by individual, I suppose is what I'm trying to say. So in the case of this person, he takes 4 teaspoons of sugar with every single cup of coffee that he takes. And he has several cups of coffee a day. He knows he's taking too much sugar in. So his step may be, instead of taking 4 teaspoons of sugar, to only take 3 or 2. This again, this is going to be his step. So every step is going to be personal. Now, if you're not sure of what step that you might want to take, when you're done with the self-assessment, on the main page, on the left-hand side is your profile of what you actually said, where you best fit. And on the lifestyle map, it is color-coded. So there's red, there's pink, yellow, light green, and a rich green color. So if you click on any of those colors, then you'll be able to see, okay, this is where I'm at the moment. If I want to get green, which is the healthier area, these are the things that I need to look at. And then from there, start to think about what's an appropriate step for me.
Teri, I know that you've been successful in obtaining the support of 2 high-profile entrepreneurs to provide advice for you in regard to building and developing YouSteps.com. Who are they?
Well, locally, there is local businessman Patrick McCormick, and he's been a business advisor for us actually both of them have come on for the last 2 years. And internationally, we have Bill Lau. And for those people who don't know him, he is co-founder of a very popular professional social networking site in Germany. And he is also co-founder of the Coder Dojo initiative, which was founded by James Welton and is an international movement to help teach coding to kids, which is all staffed by volunteers. Explain to me how both those advisors came to being. Okay, with Bill, it was quite interesting because I was attending the Dublin Web Summit about 2 years ago, and Bill was a key speaker there. And I just was really impressed with what he said and what he had to say. And it was during a coffee break that I was chatting to another person who was attending. And I said to him, geez, I really thought Bill was great. I was really impressed with what he said, and I'd love to meet him. So the person said to me, I'll introduce you. And that's kind of where we took it from there. Bill has been a great support and mentor, and there's a lot of things on the site that would be new to us in terms of developing a new web-based application. And Bill is right there. He's able to tell us what's good and what's not good, and he's actually been very, very helpful. With Patrick, I was attending a chamber-sponsored event. And Patrick was one of the key speakers there, and he was talking about business and what businesses are doing during times of recession. And again, I was just very, very impressed with him, and I just felt that someone of his caliber would be great to get on board. And initially, I just said, look, I'll give him a call and see if he'd meet up with me, and I wanted to pass by some ideas with him, and so he agreed to meet, and just took it from there, and asked him if he would come on board, and he agreed, and he's been a great mentor and support as well.
Well, Teri, thank you for coming in to speak to us this morning, and I wish you every success with YouSteps.com.
You're listening to Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick in association with Wexford Insurances. Think Wexford Insurances for your business insurance.